my precious Brava babies. It is that time of the week for the Church of Brava. May you all be blessed as we all join together. We'll just do 3 I love you, Talia Bravas before we get into the sermon. I love you, Talia Brava. I love you, Talia Brava. My erotic birth mommy, Talia Brava. I love you. All right, my babies, we're going to get into the sermon now. So, this is about retreat. So, if you are a person in the spiritual growth community, you and everyone you know is currently recruiting for a retreat. Right now, I will tell you that my weekend retreat in my studio apartment is fully booked, it's fully packed. But if you were to, say, leave a comment in the thread about what you might do to Talia Brava while on the influence of DMT, I might reconsider. Okay, so why retreat? I am currently, no secret, on a personal pilgrimage in Hawaii, laboriously writing the Book of Brava for you while eating edibles and having an existential crisis. Okay, so next time remind me to reincarnate as a fish on a bachelorette weekend, because it is no secret that Talia Brava cannot relax. Why? Why can Talia Brava not relax? Because I know my value and I'm currently not being paid anything. Okay? I know it. I know my worth. I invoice my relatives monthly and still the bills do janga themselves. So I live my life. Talia Brava lives her life by the philosophy of exceptionalism. And I would get into that, but it's really not of any... It's a me thing, okay? But I will say this, that you too, my Brava baby, if you are on this path, you too cannot relax. Because why? Because you are a person of value and you're not getting paid. So why if you can't relax, why would you retreat? You know, why would you come to my studio apartment weekend, which is going to be lit? To fuel the fire of a true existential crisis. Okay, to fuel the fire of a true existential crisis. This is our mission when we go away. So my Brava babies, I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this truth. When you arrive in Providence, the one thing that is holding you back from happiness, be it sex, love, cash, whatever it is for you, it will be delivered to you infinitely, and you will just be happy. Because it's true that once you get that one thing, you will just be happy. So how do we survive until we kill ourselves? You know, how do we survive until we die? I don't want to commit suicide. How do we survive until we die? We find an addiction that we're okay at, okay? And then we rotate. It's like crap rotation, but it's addiction. So Adderall, benzos, hot yoga, personal drama, eggnog. I mean, you can be addicted to anything. You can be addicted to anything, Melanie. I hope you know that. So what does an addiction do? An addiction numbs that anxiety, but thankfully it does not make it go away. In fact, it only just lets it settle there, get stronger and rooted inside you, just waiting there in the only abusive relationship that will allow 14-year-olds to win Olympic gold medals, and that is self-loathing. And I wish I could hate you for the both of us, but that is an inside job, my babies. That self-loathing that is going to propel you into high performance, you got to find it in yourself. You really do. Okay? So, navigating this beachside resort as a medical intuitive, I cannot not hear the self-talk. And it's monotonous as fuck. I mean, your repetitive thoughts are literally murdering the rest of my soul that's available. But I will tell you this one thing. The more negative the self-talk, the more these poolside bitches collecting paper, okay? So take that as wisdom as fruit, all right? Okay. All right, so let's get into this. So the fire of self-loathing, also known as the stomach ulcer, is the very hearth by which all, quote me on this, all great works have been created. Steve Jobs, really self-conscious about its neck. Elon Musk, He does not know how to drive. Very embarrassing for him. And so he must create a self-driving car. I mean, I can't be lying all the time. I'd have to be like a genius of imagination. Okay. So, let's talk about appearances versus reality. I may appear to be in classical, versatile pop star brand form, vacationing in Hawaii, living off the fat of my father and the baby collagen of colonial expansion. I am, in fact, losing my fucking mind. Okay, I'm losing my fucking mind with anxiety over how to fulfill my self-imposed fucking impossible mission of becoming the dominator of the entire universe. Okay, but I was obviously set up for this by being a god incarnate. These people just walk by me like I'm not even God. But being a god incarnate in a stupid human body, right? So what looks like popping benzos on a paddleboard is actually me, Talia Brava, in the compression process. The compression process that will catapult me into a 2-week period of extreme over-exercise and just invoicing constantly. You don't get paid in full for 100% of the invoices that you don't send to random Gmail accounts. Every name, 99.9% of all names have a Gmail account associated with them for services rendered, okay? So I know my worth, and it is up to, at this point, $2K a day for 20K. I'm sorry. Don't undervalue yourself, Talia. 20K a day, it's up to that for all sentient beings. That's just what's owed me. Coincidentally, it's the same amount that you need to put on your wristbands if you want to have like a reasonable time when you're in Providence. So here's a deal exclusively for you, Zoe and Rick. Exclusively for those who are on this live stream right now. If you just send me that 20K, we put on your wristband for Providence, and we just call it, you're only emotionally indebted to me in a way you can never understand nor rectify. Okay? Sounds like a great deal. Okay, this is a question that I'm hearing. Did I have slaves who did my bidding for me in Providence? Because, yes, it is humiliating to be my own debt collector, okay? Think about it for a second, how it feels to be on the other side of those voicemails, okay? It doesn't feel good. In Providence, yes, I admit I did have slaves, but they were aliens, and we didn't at that point understand that beings that are different from us are worthy of anything but alien furniture, which is real cute. There's like bubble chairs. If I knew how good these aliens were at making sushi, like tight and right and somehow glow in the dark, I would have taken advantage of all of their cognitive abilities. Okay, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Okay. I'm just going to say, I'm going to leave you with this, that on retreat, on day 3 of my personal pilgrimage, there has been a shit ton of self-reflection. For 1 hour in a core yoga class, I did examine myself from every angle. And I just cannot tell you the tyranny of knowing that if I were to just get to sub 5% body fat, I would reveal my true bone structure as a fairy princess mermaid goddess for real after dying of starvation. Okay. No brag, but my flow was super heavy, and I basically killed myself like 13 times before the yoga instructor even told us to go to Shavasana. So I was like, done, dead. Okay, my babies, don't lose heart. Don't lose hate for yourself. That fuels your fire. You heard this transmission. I don't need to explain it anymore. My babies, today my father, my whatever, birth daddy, asked me what personal meant. And hi. And my heart broke because he's clearly not watched a single one of my streaming content videos. But if you want to be my real daddy in the way that really matters, you can go on Patreon. I'm now on Patreon, and if you support me monthly, you're gonna get really hot shit like thank you notes, personal channeled expressions, like personal videos just for you, and one-on-one sessions monthly. Let's do it. Let's get some real shit going on because I have a lot to offer and I'm not being paid for it.